Namaste, everybody. That means hello, soul to soul. Like that group from the 80s, Soul to Soul, Back to Life. Well, I've been getting reconnected with Alan Watts, and this morning at 4 something, I woke up very early. Decided I just didn't want to sleep anymore. There was just no need to sleep anymore. And why just lay in bed and do nothing? And I was doing it for like 15 minutes, and I say, why continue? Let's cut my losses in terms of wasting time in bed when I don't need to be in it anymore. And let me go start stretching. But then I looked at the phone and the hour and whatever. And I went on YouTube just for a second to look for something. And then on my feed, one of his chats, and it's talking about how both are necessary, the yin and the yang, the praise and the gossip, for a lot of people in the world. And more than that we're always connected. Think about the whole universe as one big swimming pool. You're always in the water, you're always in the universe, you're always connected to everybody and everything else, whether they're near or far away or near to you, wherever you are. You're always connected to all, because we're swimming in this ocean of 5 elements. The 5 elements, represented in the 5 fingers, as the ancient yogis and rishis around the world have spoken of, and even the current mystics that are the authentic ones, not the fake ones out there trying to get name and fame by manipulating circumstances and people's gullibility, being so gullible. I was one. I fell into that trap. But anyhow, we're swimming in it. And when we're fighting the currents, it gets very hard to swim. We find it very hard to live. But when we just flow with the currents and just find a way somewhere to just grab onto instead of fighting the current, meaning the way that a lot of people are behaving and thinking and functioning in the world, and just not to surrender to them, but just to get away from it in a sense, but we're still all connected, then we can learn how to truly swim in this vast ocean of the universe, of the cosmos. And there's nowhere we can really say escape to, because we're always connected to everybody, to everything, all over. And that was really deep. It really resonated inside of me, still resonating. That's why I decided to make this video right now while it's still fresh, because we tend to forget so easily. And that's one of the things he also spoke about, that the universe, nature, biology, whatever you want to call it, the supreme soul, the supreme cosmos, the supreme spirit, the supreme mind, the universal mind, whatever, makes it so that we don't remember everything that has happened to us, because we would have so many voices screaming at the same time. So we forget. That's why forgetfulness is good. Losing some of these memories so that they don't exacerbate us, they don't overwhelm us. But then sometimes we just focus on the few bad things, really bad things that have happened to us, and we keep focusing on it, and it just drives us nuts. But then that's each person's problem, because they're the ones that did it. I mean, it's all about karma. This whole universe we're swimming in an ocean. Right here, I'm moving my hands around and I can feel the friction of the ether, the air, whatever you want to call it, all the 5 elements in some way or another manifested in the body, in the whole thing. And for every action, there's a reaction, whether it be now or down the road. So live your life now. Live your life now. And people say, why do bad things happen to good people who do good things? That's because there are other people in the world, other animals, other things interacting as well, and they sometimes do things that are going to affect us in a negative way. And we can't help that. There's no control over anything. Not even our own breathing. We cannot control any of that. We cannot control when we will really go to the bathroom or not. I cannot control those doggies that are barking right now, no matter how many times I yell at them, reprimand them, or even sometimes people being physical and getting out a whooping stick or some belt and whooping them and to submission or whatever, but they'll still bark sooner or later again. I don't condone or any of that about hitting doggies, hitting people, children, whooping them with a belt or anything, because it just doesn't work. And it just produces a lot of more negative energy around you. Karma. As people have said, karma is karma. And some people have said karma is a bitch. That all depends on the perspectives you look from, the point of view you have, the angle. And nobody has the perfect angle. Nobody has the truth, the absolute truth. This is a world of minute truths. Something that is truth to me may not be truth to another person. And then the absolute truth, that's beyond all of us. And yet we are all part of this one thing, this one creation, this one manifestation. We're swimming in it. And believe me, I have my problems. Everybody does. And how much we amplify them or not, or put a magnifying glass on them or not, that depends on each of us. And it's our own doing. So you have a choice of living in the present or living in the past or living in the future, or a mixture of the three. They say, and I have seen it, but I forget about it a lot because I get caught up in my own whirlpool of thoughts and everything. But to live in the present, the now, right now, what's happening right now. There is no tomorrow. And yesterday is gone. Because tomorrow is an idea that we formulate in our heads. And we want tomorrow to be like this or to like that. We expect tomorrow to be like this or like that. We want tomorrow to be like this or like that. But it will never be as we want it to be. Exactly to the point that we want it to be. To the specifications. Specs, that's in the manual. That's in the book. It's not in reality. Reality doesn't succumb to your will or mine or anyone else's. Reality is the interaction of action and reaction. And everybody's acting, and then there are reactions to the actions that we are all producing. So live life now, and know that both opposites are necessary. The yin is necessary for the yang. The yang is necessary for the yin. Without the yin, there is no yang. Without the yang, there is no yin. And we would get bored all the way through if it was always about praise, as Alan Watts said. If we were always praising people, you would get bored.